All right, Ian. We don't usually talk about patent stuff with Nintendo because it doesn't really ever affect anything, or you can file patents for anything. But Ian, what do you think about Nintendo filing a patent for a Game Boy case compatible with touchscreen devices according to Nintendo Life?
I think this is cute. It's a little folio case for your phone.
Well, folio case mean it wraps around.
Totally. Yeah. So you put your phone in, and then it looks like it's got a flip cover for it, and it looks like a Game Boy. And I remember, I think it was actually when Pat and I first started talking about the when it was rumored the Game Boy for your phone thing,
the Hyperkin one. First one was April Fool's, and they started coming out with it. They ever come out with it?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
I think. I don't think anyone ever bought it, but anyways, we talked about how it could work, and we were talking about how it could be contact sensitive between the buttons and the screen, and that looks like how this case would work here.
The Smart Boy, yes.
Yeah, the patent here shows that on one side of the case part, the part that you flip over onto the screen, it looks like there's a conductive layer, and then it shows the contact points underneath the buttons. So basically you sandwich your phone in between this case, and the buttons would lay on top of the phone, and there'd be a cutout hole where you would be able to see the game.
So this is something you can use as a cover for your phone too. So that's the problem with the Smart Boy. The Smart Boy is a huge clunky ass plastic device. You got to shove it to your phone, so it's actually on the go. Really, you look silly with that.
Yes.
If this is something where if I'm out on the go, I could check a text and then slip on the front and then start playing. If it doesn't look out of place, that's a win for me there. So this, to me, then, that said, this would mean, though, that Nintendo would have to do some sort of offering of ROMs on your mobile device.
Right, exactly.
At least you can also do NES with 2 buttons. Mm-hmm. NES and Game Boy you could do with this. That's a game changer. If Nintendo, because Nintendo in the past never always said we want to devalue our IPs by doing mobile. That was before this change in pace the past couple years, before they decided to do the NES Classic and Super Nintendo, before they decided to do a Netflix style service with their Switch Online service. Maybe they're thinking, you know what, we're stupid not to do this. We're leaving a lot of money on the table now.
So I wondered, as I was looking at this, and honestly we may never see anything come of this.
Maybe. Because you do a patent doesn't mean you have to do anything with it.
Yeah.
It might be to keep other people from copying the idea, too. You can go after them.
But instead of doing a Game Boy Mini, maybe, Game Boy Classic, maybe they're thinking about a Game Boy service.
Why not sell something to the tens of millions of people, 100 million people, hundreds of million people that have a smartphone? Why not sell something to them already?
Right.
That they can buy for a lot cheaper, and maybe we bundle the access with the case or something. I don't know how that would work on iOS. On Android it'd probably be easier on Android phones.
Yeah, Android would probably be a lot easier, but yeah, I mean,
you see what I'm saying, though?
Bundle the case with a gift card. I mean, you don't need the case.
Like a download code.
You don't need the case to do it. But
an individual download code you bundle, because you can do a code inside the Apple Store. You can, the App Store. So that's how you do it. Nintendo, you probably thought of it. I just thought it for you in case you didn't.
So that's one way of doing it. But I think it's slick. It's nice looking. Yeah.
You sell this. You could sell something like this for like $20, $25, and you would sell tens of millions of these potentially.
Yeah.
If they marketed it, made sure it got into every like Apple store and in the mall and like every Verizon store and Sprint store, for it, like people would buy this.
Sure.
As a what do you like to say? It's an impulse buy. This would be an ultimate impulse buy.
Oh yeah.
And half of the smartphone accessory market are shitty impulse buys. All the bling cases and garbage like that, and those things cost you like $20 when you go to the store. Those aren't cheap.
Yeah, I mean,
that stuff.
This could be a bigger impulse than, say, even an NES Classic or a Super Nintendo Classic or any of those other classic systems, because this you could put right next to the other smartphone accessory stuff. Phone cases are expensive to begin with.
Yes.
They're $20-$30 to begin with.
Unless you get it from China like me.
Yeah, but I mean, but the ones that you buy in the mall, or from an Apple store,
the margin's huge on them.
Yeah, they're expensive. So Nintendo makes one like this that looks cute. You don't even think about playing games, but you go, oh, I like Game Boy, and you look at it, and it comes with games too, and it flips over and covers. I
think that's the model you go for. I don't think it's a model of selling individual ROMs on your phone. I think the model is we're gonna have a service, and maybe we do updates every month or two with new games. You update the list,
Or
and
you
that's
can
it.
buy more after the fact. But I mean, people are always asking, like, can you put more on there? This also prevents hacking. I mean, maybe you could on the Android. Well, no, I mean, if it's done through
Android will still be hacked.
Yeah.
But this will at least, the people that would want this might go for it if it's cheap enough. I think it's gonna be a service. It'll be just like, one time buy, $25, and then we'll give you some Game Boy and NES games. Why not?
I don't think they do it that cheap.
You don't
with
think?
Everything else being 60 to.
Did they do a service like you pay per month?
Um,
Do like $5 a month after you spend like 25, something like that.
I think it might be a one and done, and then buy more as you go. But either way, I think there's something there.
There's
to
something
that.
here.
Yeah.
Because we always were kind of hedging our bets on Game Boy Classic because of the handhelds being weirder.
Yes.
And this would be a good way for them to bring it together.
Yeah.
All right. We're smart. We're not dumb like people say. We can do stuff.
Yeah.
Reggie said earlier this week at the GeekWire Summit, Nintendo's always looking at ways to reinvent itself. Well, there you go. We're in a mini Nintendo renaissance the past couple of years with this stuff, which I'm happy about because we're moving in positive directions for consumers want this shit. Make it for them instead of the knockoffs. You might as well. You might as well leave money on the table there, Nintendo. God, I don't own your stock, and I'm saying this.